I adore my nephews, but I really love my niece. The guys, I guess I'm just supposed to be the big brother and the uncle, and it's easy enough to phone that in, but there's something about Hannah and lightness and grace and spaciness, and I want her to enunciate. Hell, I want all of them to speak clearly, think clearly, make good choices. Maybe I'm just going to be a lonely old fart bachelor with my cat and burros, but Hannah gives me a connection with the future, with possibilities, with innocence. It makes me a sap protector. It makes me want to live her life for her. But you know, if I try to say too much, it just blows right by her. I need 6 of the grain mix, 4 of the oats, a mineral block, some wormer, and 12 bales of hay, if you could carry me for a month or so.
Yeah, for a month.
Thanks.
Well, Billy, Oscar, Peckinpah, and Waymore are studs, and I ought to get a special salary just for managing them. And they sometimes they roughhouse, and when they roughhouse, all hell breaks loose. And it doesn't matter what kind of fence, what kind of wall, they're going to go through it. But damn, I thought they were going to be ready.
Very sorry. The price of them is just too much to fix. Just too much. Too much money.
What do you mean too much money? You know I'll pay for it.
You could buy brand new gate panels for the cost that you'd have to repair these.
Okay, a brand new gate panel costs $65.
Right.
And how much would you charge me to unbend these suckers?
It's $45 an hour. And one of these panels would probably take 3 hours.
$45 an hour?
$45 an hour.
$45 an hour?
Yep.
Will you give me 90 days to pay for this top thing?
No grumping, you got 90 days.
Okay. Thanks, bub.
Now, if you can do this with 155 pounds with yours truly, you ought to be able to run with 33 pounds. Easy, come on.
Hi.
Hey, darling.
It's still cold out. Oh, it's supposed to be spring.
I don't get a kiss?
Yes. I'm just dying of thirst. Did you have a good day?
My back's tightening up again.
Did you take Waymore out? How are you?
Oh, been better.
What'd you do today?
I had a run and my back tightened up to the point where I could hardly walk.
Well,
Something's going on there.
isn't it that 2-3 days after an intensive workout that you get stiff? 72 hours?
I don't know, it's getting to be every day now.
Lower back?
Something down there. How was your day?
Hold that a minute. Get hot. I barely get into something new, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm just frustrated because I keep trying these different occupations, and I'm not sure I like what I'm doing.
Spook doesn't eat a lot, does she? We got rice, we've got beans, we got oats. I can always scrounge hay somewhere. I'm
We have-
easy.
Well, we have 2 houses we have to pay for.
Busted.
Well, why don't you come down to my house for dinner tomorrow night? You can check out the South Ranch. All right?
I'll be there. You know, I'm nearly 50 years old. I am 50 years old. And I really don't have a clue about romantic love. I think if I truly had the amount of intimate relationships that are ascribed to me, there'd be a certain appendage of mine pickled back in the Smithsonian. But I think I'm a seeker like just about everybody. I think the most important thing ever said to me about love was in relation to death, where a dear friend of mine, after my brother bought it in a river, he said to me, love has to be generous, but you can't assume that you can hold it for a lifetime. But when you've got it, you have to embrace it. It's easy to talk, but you're still affected by emotions, by beauty, by the grafting of people growing together. And I think the only thing I really understand about it is tenderness. And with Bonnie, I know there's tenderness there. I know there's somebody who I'd like to grow old with. I know there's somebody who shares values. But it doesn't mean I don't notice that other part of me just clicks off, that I don't have. It's just impossible. I'm healthy. I love beauty. I love the smell of a high desert after a rain. I love a dawn. I love a sunset. I love the sound of a bray. I love a train whistle. I love airplane propellers, and I love the sound certain women make in the night.
Everett,
Phyllis Dodge.
how are you?
Just fine.
Nice product.
Classic. It's a classic.
Have you met my daughter Abigail? She's just returned home from school and out at
Abigail?
Calgary Stampede.
My pleasure.
I've got some business to talk to you about.
I guess we do. I expected you a little later, but come on, look around. I would have
Sure.
cleaned things up, but it's the same place at 30 years. 30 years.
It's been a long time, Everett.
Remember, it's about 1,000 square feet, stone fireplace. It's home. Same view.
Very nice, Everett. Very nice.
Look, I got some fruit, something to drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Abby, why don't you go help him?
Mom, I'm gonna go out to the car, okay?
Okay, honey. Everett, how do you stand it out here all by yourself? It's such deafening silence.
Phyllis, you know I love solitude.
I know, Everett. It's been a long time.
But look, we got to make this deal. What do you think of my place now?
Well, the facts are you paid $500 an acre for it. We can sell it for $5,000 an acre. You built the house with $12,000, and we can sell it for $35,000. You're bordering public land. You finally have a road after 30 years. Yeah. Everett, just sign this piece of paper and get on down the road. Get on with your life.
Is that what you've done?
That's basically what I've done. And I feel like I'm a success now. And the times have changed.
I live a half a mile away from the Continental Divide, the spine of the nation. Some guys like to bag peaks. There's 54 14,000-foot peaks around here, but I'm happy just climbing that one mountain 54 times. Every time I climb it, I get something different. Adventure has always been my ethic for living. And experience, particularly experience on that mountain, has dictated my morality. The mountain's always there. It doesn't care whether you live or die. It doesn't worry about the past. It's not concerned about the future.
What happened?
The guy that she was doing a deal with was
His wife was cousins with my neighbor.
I think women are every bit as predatory as the men now.
Yeah, she's kind of conniving, seemed like. But I think I'm better off anyway.
You got, listen, I need some money.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're gonna foreclose on a place. You wanna use that gun? Maybe we could hold up the
The
savings
bank.
and loan. Yeah. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, we
I mean, I need $22,000.
22,000. I could hawk my house. About the only way to get that much money is rob a bank, isn't it?
That's where the money is, right?
Yeah, that's where they keep it.
You got any stock? Anything we could, livestock? Anything we could sell? We're not making any money with these damn donkeys.
That's all I got is a couple of donkeys.
The government ought to be paying us.
I guess we could ride them out of town after we rob the bank.
Raising stud donkeys. We got to be out of our minds. Hey, Lou. Getting by. Mr. St. John's here.
Madam, Everett is here to see you. Sure. Mr. St. John will be with you in a moment if you care to have a seat in the lobby. Yes. Sure. Everett, Mr. St. John will see you now.
So how you been?
I've been better.
What do you mean?
Well, have you seen the price of hay, the price of grain lately?
Haven't been really paying much attention.
Well, it went from $1.25 a bale to $6 a bale. And my balloon note is due at the end of the month.
I see.
I don't want to bleed all over you, but, and I'm not into begging, but banks are for loans, right?
Sure.
And maybe I could take a second mortgage or refinance my house or get some kind of loan. I've got to make this payment.
Okay. I'm familiar with the property. I know a little bit about it. And from what we've seen in the past, the property's worth approximately $250,000. And that's considering that it's being logged out, that there's some landscaping done, and that, you know, it's cleaned up a little bit. You know, there's some things there that definitely need to be removed.
You've been reading my mail?
Just, you know, we keep our tabs on the properties around here.
I got a lot more than that. I've got $2,000 trailer. I've got 20 of the best head of running burros and breeding stock in the country. They range everything from a $75 range burro to a $7,500 stud that won the grand championship down at the National Western Stock Show. I'd hate to sell them, but everything I've got is for sale. There's There's old antiques that have been in my family for a long time. There's a desk. There's a bed and bureau set. I mean, I don't want to bore you with this stuff, but and it's not real obvious, but.
You know, Everett, job stability is going to be a big question on this loan, and
There's one other thing too. Is this burro race? It's not death and taxes, a sure thing, but I've never been out of the money, never been out of the top 3 in 25 years in a burro race, and this is a short enough race. It's first in the season. The animals are rested, and there's $5,000 on the table. I mean, how does that work out? I won't even tell you how much that works out to an hour. What are you making per hour?
we can't count on you winning a burro race. I mean, that's not job stability. That's a bet, and we don't do loans on bets.
Adam, I've known you since you were just a kid in the street, and you've known me. And if you know me, you don't bet against me. I need 22,000 of those. I'm going to get 5,000 down in Westcliff this weekend, and the least you could do is have your bank help me out with the rest of them.
Well, I don't want your dollar, and you're going to need to do something extra to get 22,000 more of those. You're going to have to take a little responsibility, Everett.
Every guy I know is getting pink slips. Does anybody owe you money?
Not right now.
6 guys owe me money.
You're kidding.
Let's just refer them to the Winfield Collection Agency.
Might as well. You haven't done anything else with this thing. You haven't cut any wood with it for a while. Be good, work pretty good for
You
it.
sure you haven't got anybody that owes you money? We'll go get it.
Not right now, but I'd sure like to go along and watch you collect yours.
Okay. You just watch.
All right, who's first in line?
Well, let's start with the guy down at Comfort Gas. And then we can move on over to US West. And then maybe we can take a little chunk out of, well, we'll leave Foreman's alone.
What about Oscar, though?
He's too old. I'll carry that note a little longer. But the bank wants the house, John. How the hell do you pay your house with no job?
Well, I got a little extra vacation coming in. I got an old pickup down here in the used car lot, and I'm gonna be selling that as soon as possible, as soon as they get off their duff and get somebody to buy it from me.
And you sure you're not a member of the Lucky Sperm Club?
Well, got a few kids, but you know, wife wants one more too. You know, can't talk her out of that one.
Well, let's get our bills straight, okay? First, I'm getting tired of this.
Yeah, well,
Well, I think the ideal guy is one that's probably, in my mind, a handsome man, top of my list, but yet somebody with a lot of character, caring, someone who has insight to know what you like, what you feel, what makes things work between a guy and a gal. Trust should be high on my list. But I also like unconventional guys, and that would be one of the top 3 in my ideal man as well. Everett really fits the bill on a lot of those. Probably mostly with him is unconventional. He loves to have fun in creative ways and keeps a sparkle about a relationship. He certainly has a dubious history of a lot of relationships in his past, and trust, I think that has to be developed with him. And he'd make a great father. We don't discount that at all. There's possibility that a family could be something that we would go for very seriously. But something that he's always kind of said about his donkeys, which I think relates to him, is that you got to make them think it's their own idea. And I found that's an interesting approach with Everett, and I feel like you have to take that as a way to work with Everett himself, make him think it's his own idea. And as far as being a dad, that's something he's going to have to decide. I think he'd make a great dad, but who knows?
To Dad.
I'm loaning you this saddle so you can go ahead and put it on her.
Oscar! I thought we were friends.
Well, darling, we are friends when he ain't around.
Come sit by me. How are you?
Huh?
Never mind.
Am I gonna go see who?
I think he's wondering if you're going to go to the gym.
Oh, not today. No, I can't make it. Maybe tomorrow when I take that animal down there, make an appointment with that guy. He'll come to your place, huh?
The farrier. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Oscar.
Mine.
Summer I drove one of these.
You know what reverse is on that thing? You don't have a reverse, do you?
No, it's all systems forward.
Well, let's see what you got.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I've always liked it down here. It's 1,000 feet lower and banana belt. We kept the critters down here in the hard times in the winter.
No, the corrals work pretty well. A barn for the new babies.
We drive each other nuts.
Well, that's the worst part. This place is so small. We have four small rooms.
Maybe we try it for a night.
Okay.
What are we eating?
Something good. You got it right ready here? Not an appetite. No food, but an appetite.
So you guys are going to Lucky 7?
Yeah, good steaks. Good
I think
salads.
we're eating with his parents.
All right.
So
Does his parents know he's got a job now?
yeah, doing good.
You're going to choose carefully, though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Do you know how to make good choices?
You know,
You're supposed to. You can ask him that back, Hannah.
I know what my bad choices are, so I think I won't make those again.
Yes.
All right. Let's go, guys.
All right.
Just a second.
Here she comes.
How are you? So do you want to head out to lunch? I sent my secretary on, or we can sit and talk business first.
Business first.
Have a seat. How are things out at the ranch?
You really want to talk business first? The best of times, the worst of times. I've never had more good foals on the ground.
Great.
And right now I'm up to my ears in alligators with those running dogs, the pack, other lawyers, the bank.
What's going on with the bank?
My balloon note is due.
How much?
I need 21,999 more of these.
22,000 bucks. You got it?
I've got prospects.
Talk to your parents
About what?
about them giving you the money for this.
I should be loaning them money. Them not loaning me money. They don't have the cash. And
I can loan you some. 2,000 help?
that's a drop in the bucket. But I appreciate that.
So what are you here for? What do you need to know?
Well, what am I here for? What's this desk here for? Wouldn't we be better if we both, we got this desk between us. We've had time and distance, and to sit across there like we're rolling the bones doing some kind of business. It's not real. But I'm in trouble, and I'd like to know about bankruptcy, but we've got more to talk about than that.
And let's just take care of that now. You're thinking about bankruptcy. Well, I know what you have. You've got the ranch. You've got the burros. You've got a couple cars. And I can tell you right now, in the state of Colorado, you're going to lose everything but the car and your clothes. Everything. Now, if you were in Texas, it'd be different. I could be telling you, you can keep 100 acres, you can keep a $3 million house on it, you can keep all your animals.
What if I sign over my place to my nephews?
It's too late. When's this note due?
It's due at the end of the month.
They're going to look back 3 years, and anything that looks like a fraudulent transfer, they're just going to throw right out.
Well, I am careful with it. You know, the pando, the white one, I woke up the other morning and it was on the other side of the fence, and Betty Sue was just sitting there looking at it. Not like you, though. I think you take better care of them than Pando's mom. The car, everything's working fine. The truck, yeah, I may sell it here in the near future, but right now it's working fine.
Well, Hannah, how's your mom doing after that surgery?
She's doing all right. She's really tired after, but now she's hanging in there and she's getting her strength back. So it was a scary thing though for me.
Is she back to work?
Yeah, not yet. She took a couple weeks off. So.
Well, we're glad you had the time to come up here and help.
I know. Thank you so much. It's such a good experience for me. Learn a lot.
So, what's Everett been having you do?
Just, do dishes and help him around with the burros. And funniest thing is, I was watching him the other day, and he just stands there forever and just watches the burros. And I don't know. It's just like the.
You're right. I thought I was the only one that caught that, but that is. It's pretty funny to see him just go out, feed the jennies, especially around the tire, and he'll stand there forever.
Yes, get your feet, get your nose No, 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 yo.
Well, you know that Abigail girl that's been around here lately? She's crazy, man. She always tells me about how beautiful you are, and she's just picking at me all the time, and I try to do my chores, and she just... I don't know. What's wrong with her? Something is.
Can't you just treat her like your sister?
Yeah, but doesn't that bother you a little? Or...
I'm old enough to be your father.
I know, but she doesn't seem to think so. She says that she's in love with you or something weird like that. That's just crazy. She
Well,
needs to get a hold on herself. I know I'm being rude, but, you know.
Hannah, you haven't got the trouble of green eyes, do you?
Yeah, a little.
We carry around a big box and just fill the whole thing and weed a whole section and give it to those guys. They're very happy.
They're happier with spikes and weeds than they are with grass.
Yeah, they go for that, or they go for the hay, raised, that good green hay,
Yeah.
grass hay. Yeah,
Yeah.
they go for any weed we'll give them. Of course, it's fresh greens, so I can understand that. I'd rather have fresh broccoli than canned broccoli.
How many days of water do we get?
3. Yeah, so today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That board can go behind there, Hannah. Go ahead and hold that up. What's the water pressure, Bill?
So what's the other one you want to do? To get it going
Well,
east?
the main ditch, yeah, we would need to move the dam on the main ditch up there. That's the top ditch.
In the corner?
Yeah, we need to just bring the dam this way.
Well, let's go do it.
Okay. There it comes.
Cut that loose.
He's really getting into this dirt biking.
It's come a long way.
That's great. But he's having trouble at school, Everett. Do you think, since Forrest died, he really hasn't had any man in his life who really's taken any time? And
Sure. Say no more.
you are his godfather.
And proud of it. And embarrassed that I haven't
Sorry
spent
to
enough
dump
time.
this on you, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. He won't talk to me about it.
I'll talk to him.
Thanks.
All right.
How come you let your mother keep calling you Mikey?
I don't know. I asked her not to, but she just keeps on doing it.
You want me to tell her just Mike? Mike's enough now? You're old enough to be called Mike?
Yeah, okay. Maybe you can get her to stop.
Heard you did pretty well in the dirt bike races this weekend.
Yeah, got in the main event. Crashed in the first corner, though.
When we get back to the house, I want to show you something. It's a 1964 BSA 250cc dirt bike. It's the first dirt bike I ever saw.
Really?
Ever seen one? It's
No.
a heavy old dog. It's a hunk of iron.
Yeah, cast iron. Now everything's carbon fiber and aluminum.
Talk to your mom, okay?
All right.
She thinks it's you not talking.
Nah. Just been busy, that's all.
Listen to me. This is a story I don't tell too often. I'm going to tell it to you once. You can write it off. I think kids get a raw enough break as it is now. They're trying kids as adults.
Yeah.
There's a curfew coming here. Kids are off the street. 10:30. You're out of there. It's a big fight right now. But there's still some things that count. Can I bore you with this?
Go ahead.
What counts is time counts. There's no time. 25 years ago, when I first moved into this valley, my brother and I were out here, and we loved this river. We grew up in the South, and we used to run inner tubes down the river. Different kind of river in the South, big, lazy. He was 19 years old. He had wrestling scholarships, football scholarships everywhere in the country, and he chose to go pay his way to an Ivy League school. It was during Vietnam, things got kind of confusing. And he was out here, and the mountains, the river, everything was giving him strength. One day he decided he and his buddy were going to go tube this river. It was up in the numbers. Of course, they weren't calling the numbers then now because nobody could grade the rapids. And he and his buddy put in 2 inner tubes with a rope tied between them so they could pull each other off the rocks. And my dad was at the railroad trestle crossing the river. He was going to pick them up. Somehow, my brother got thrown out of his inner tube. His buddy had already gotten out of his inner tube and swum to the side of the river because he knew it was too heavy. And my brother got his ankle tangled up in the rope, and the inner tube lodged behind a rock, and the rope stretched him out under a rapid about as big as that hole right out there. And he got hung up there, and he got pounded, and he drowned. He was prepared for a long life, but it was only 19 years. So I don't know how long my life is going to be, or your life is going to be, but I know every moment counts. So you don't waste it. You don't mess around. You try to be kind to people. You try to be mindful of other people's needs. And you try to do something that's worthwhile. Because it can be short. It can be over in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Know what you mean there.
Doesn't mean you don't have fun. Plenty of fun. But still, there's a reason you're here. Whether it's, how old are you now?
14.
Whether it's 14 years, 19 years, or 28 years. Don't waste it. Make it count.
So, you went to the bank yesterday, didn't you?
Yep.
Adam? Talk to Adam?
Yep.
How'd it go?
Great. They're going to refinance the house. They're going to give me a loan. We can go to Caracas if we want, send them a postcard. No, it's good.
Be serious.
I've got prospects.
So it was good?
Yeah. Atwood had good news too. He says, if I just do the exercises that
I'll be as good as new. Be no pain when I run. Do a little weight work, eat the right food, get the right sleep.
Yeah, well, you're doing some of that.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave you a good report all in all?
Yeah,
Just-
yeah. If I get warmed up enough, once I get in the middle, adrenaline takes over.
Well, the problem is it's not a muscular problem. It's not a matter of warming up. It's a joint problem. The vertebra down there, and I've shown these to you before on X-ray. I've got the new X-rays here to show you. But Everett, I'm not sure you understand this. Do you feel the pain I'm pushing right there? That disc is in serious trouble, Everett. You can't deny it any longer. It doesn't matter what you say. You're in trouble down here.
Jim,
and you've got to understand that.
Okay, I've got a race. And can we make some kind of deal with
Let
the
me
devil
just
here?
show you. Look at this, Everett. Look at the spine. See that disc right there? That disc is gone. That means this bone is sitting on top of this bone. There's no cushion left. You keep racing, you're going to damage these nerves. It's that simple. You've got to understand that. You're in serious trouble here, and you just can't keep pretending the problem doesn't exist. Yes?
Excuse me, Dr. Atwood. We have 3 patients waiting here, and we're running a little bit behind.
Look, Everett, I've got to move on to my other patients. Just think about what I've told you. This is a serious problem you've got to deal with.
Well, it seems to me like he's really attracted to me. I feel something between us. Or is it just you feeling for him, and he just needs someone to be there for him once in a while? Well, I know what he feels for me is true. I can tell it when he looks at me. Do you mean that when he kissed me it didn't mean anything? Or when he looked at me the way he does? I'm not too worried about my Uncle Everett, because he can take care of himself. What you're telling me is true. Yes. I'm a rodeo queen. I have worked hard to be who I am today. And that's why he loves me. That is why he cares for me as much as he does. Sister, you don't even know what love is.
Well, they could do a 3-gun salute for me. Hello. The thing still works. You know, it's not as bad as some of my other guns.
Do you have to smoke that pipe right now?
Never bothered you before.
Well, just It's not very healthy.
I only smoke it a dozen times a year. And only when I'm relaxed, totally relaxed.
Well, you know how we've been talking a lot in and around possibility of having a child? Well, I don't think the smoke is too good for an unborn baby. I'm about a month and a half pregnant. No words? Here, Rodney.
Hey. No more unborn childs.
Well, I've actually been thinking about abortion.
No more unborn children.
What are you saying to me?
I never had any say when women wanted to have abortions. Men never have any say. And I'm saying, no more unborn children.
Does that mean that, like what you've said before, that if we had a child, that it's only going to be under circumstances of being married? How are you with that?
Allow me to contradict myself. Maybe the child is telling us something. You think?
Really? Does that mean your mom will finally come out here?
Floods wash down over, and fires burn the ground. Wars come and go. I gotta race my burros. I gotta race my burros. Gotta race my burros. Just right. up my space. If I got a burro, I'm gonna race. If I got a burro, I'm gonna race. If I got a burro, I'm gonna race. So many miles to go before this line. You know the challenges feel so right. Yeah. You know the challenges feel so right. You know the challenges feel just right.
Okay, I seen one individual leading his burro. He was wearing and displaying the emblem of the American flag as a pair of shorts, and I'm in total disagree with it. I retired from the U.S. Army and with 22 years service. I've served with the Airborne Brigade of the 187 in Korea, and in Vietnam I served with a Special Forces A team and with the 173rd Airborne Brigade separate.
Okay, I'm Dave Purnell, and this is actually our first annual Silver Cliff to West Cliff Western Pack Burro race. Racers have already started in Silver Cliff and will end right here at the finish line in West Cliff.
Yes, we have 5 men that are going to win prizes and 5 women. There are 2 categories. I'm in charge of giving away the women's prizes. We have to catch them by the nose of the burro, and we're expecting them any moment now.
Each racer has to have 33 pounds of mining paraphernalia, and their rope that's tied to the burro cannot exceed 15 feet. Those are the 2 real basic rules here.
Can you sort of point out where they're going to bend in the road and come right around and show what we're doing?
Yeah, they're coming down this road right here. They should be coming not too long from now, and they'll be making a left turn, and they should be pretty bunched up here, at least the front runners, and then end at the finish line right here. Everett should be probably up in the first 5 places, maybe as high as 3 or higher.
Would you run up and get those 2 grain right there, the grain buckets?
Here?
Yeah, quick. Okay, now guys, mind your manners.
They like that stuff.
Yeah, they do. Hey, look, do this for me. Tell me which hand this is
Left.
It's yours.
Thank you.
It's brought me luck.
So I'll keep it for good luck.
And put this in a book somewhere. Promise me you'll keep reading.
Okay.
Put it in a book.
What is it?
It's if something happens around here and I have to leave, open it then.
Where are you going?
Everything's fine right now, but
Okay.
just put it in a book.
All right.
Every book you read, keep putting that in it.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't open it?
Don't open it unless I'm gone.
Okay.
All right.
All right. You'll be all right, won't you?
I always am, aren't I?
Yeah.
I got these critters.
Yeah.
Want to go for a ride later today?
Yes, please. I've been waiting.
Okay. You can stay on them, can't you?
Yeah. Unless they start bucking.
You want to throw a flake of hay to the girls over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the hay at? Oh, yeah.
It's right there under that tarp.
Okay. To those girls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.